This is Mike Stewart. Here we go again, our third version of the worst movies ever. It's our international episode, and I'm conflicted already. When it comes to 60s vampire movies, which is worse, Italian or Spanish productions? With the Italian films, we get plenty of female butts and bosoms, so the sex appeal is high. However, on the Spanish side, one movie features Anita Ekberg. That's in the heavyweight category. Let's have our judges go to the Bazoom-zometer and check it out. Thank you, judges. Undeniably, when we add it all up, still the Italians take the win by sheer variety alone. Also, the Italians have crazy movie titles, The Playgirls and The Vampire. I was expecting a cameo by Hugh Hefner. Didn't happen. Or their spectacular follow-up 6 months later, The Vampire and the Ballerina. Here's a nice domestic scene. The vampire and his bride are having a domestic spat. Trouble is, when you argue between Mr. and Mrs. Undead, the argument lasts forever and ever and ever. No. The final shot of the vampire's face deteriorating at the end was a homemade special effect. Yeah, no shit. The Spanish film's definitely the worst. This entitled originally Malenka, the Vampire Niece. That's what it's come to? The niece? We're going down the family tree? And here's more implausibility. I'm Anita Ekberg, a full-figured woman, co-starring with a puny, emaciated, whatever you are. It's not gonna work. May I suggest you drink a six-pack of Boost?
Someone must have taken it.
Meanwhile, let's move on to our next feature in the worst movies ever. This is a Jerry Warren film. Warren, a wannabe Ed Wood Jr. filmmaker. Except Warren movies make Ed Wood Jr. a Cecil B. DeMille god. You get the drift of a Warren movie. Man Beast, The Incredible Petrified World, teenage zombies with a poster of a gorilla, not a zombie, Warren would buy cheap stock footage from around the world and then patch things together as far as the storyline, hire actors to blend in. Next up, scary Attack of the Mayan Mummy. Perfect example here. Ann Taylor, through hypnosis, discovers she has a past life in a Mayan culture where there's a lost treasure. Most of this film is narrated.
Dr. Edmund Redding, who heads the staff at Cowan Research Foundation in Pasadena, has departed for Yucatan for what he has described as an objective, first-hand search of the Great Pyramid there.
One of the professors stops off at the teen hangout because we haven't had any gratuitous bump and grind yet. This will work for the drive-in market.
The expedition, while proving to be one of the most startling in the history of anthropology, due to what was uncovered in the pyramid, was marred by the untimely death of Dr. Redding.
The thing is about these damn mummies, they come right back to your home to chase you down. Hey, it was the middle of the night and I had to go pee when I looked out the window and saw my wife being carried away by a mummy. What kind of hanky-panky is this? Yeah, that's a Jerry Warren type film. Let's turn now to the British invasion. Yes, indeed, a ripoff of King Kong called Conga. Made in the 60s.
There's a huge monster gorilla that's constantly growing to outlandish proportions loose in the streets.
Conga, born of a scientist's dreams, bred on a madman's nightmares, brought out of the jungle and turned into a wild beast beyond man's understanding.
I am your master, and you must obey me.
Yeah, let's have a civil conversation here.
Starring Michael Gough as Dr. Decker, who stole the jungle's secrets of sorcery to distill Satan's black magic in his own laboratory. Trapped with a madman in a nightmare world of fear, jealousy, and passion.
Let me go!
Thunder, you know I love you!
Insectivorous and carnivorous plants. See them. Fear them.
C. Obviously cheap clay dollhouses destroyed. C. Willis O'Brien, Ray Harryhausen spin in their graves.
Has the screen exploded with such mighty fury and spectacle? In the new process of spectramation and Eastman color.
How about not special-mation? Now then, I'm sure almost everyone has heard about Manos, Hands of Fate. This is the dullest, slowest, amateurist, Satanist cult cinema ever to hit the screens. Actually, only one screen. You see, it had its premiere and closing at the same little local movie theater where it was filmed in that area.
Arise, my wives.
Hi, I'm Torgo.
I'll be glad to leave. I've had all of this place I wanted.
Madam, it will be very dangerous to leave now. The master wants you.
Wants me? What kind of talk is that?
I'm Torgo. I'm a recruiter for P. Diddy. Come to our freak-off party. The master will have drugged wine, drugged candy, drugged sex, and we can offer you a record contract. Master is waiting.
The worst movie ever made has ties to the borderland.
In a nutshell, Manos, The Hands of Fate is a 1966 horror film about a family who gets lost on the road and stumbles upon a hidden devil-worshipping cult led by the fearsome leader and his servant, Torgo. The film was written, directed, produced, and starred Harold P. Warren, an El Paso sales and fertilizer salesman.
You know, it really is just a jumble of really poorly shot, poorly edited scenes.
And the most unbelievable take about this whole thing is that it is so bad, it actually has spawned 2 other films, a prequel and a sequel. And get this, they've even done a restoration print of the original. That just goes to show in this world today, you are all just a bunch of sick puppies out there. For the worst more movies ever, this is Mike Stewart.
The guy who restored it said even bad movies deserve to live.
What kind of talk is that?